Alright, so the last video, the mic check video, I think the quality came out a little better, but the volume was definitely a little low. I'm going to go back and reprocess that, bump it up a little bit on the final output. I was in a bit of a rush there over the last few hours. Getting ready to head out in a little bit, but the Sound Devices 442 just showed up. So going to do a quick unboxing. I'll reset up the camera here in a second and we'll take a look and see what's going on with this, see if we can do a quick walkthrough and show you what's what. I haven't opened it yet. It just came in the mail. Box leaves a little bit to be desired, but it's inside a petrol bag inside there, I believe. So let's take a look. Okay, well let's get started here. I'm just going to start cutting to open. The box is pretty beat up at this point, but that's not the end of the world. I'll set a timer here just because my camera doesn't record for more than 5 minutes at a time, and also on this new YouTube channel, I'm not sure I can post really long videos just yet. So this is a Gerber suspension for anybody that's interested in that kind of stuff. My daily kind of carry everywhere knife. So pop this open. This packaging is really somewhat questionable, but as I said before, it's in a petrol bag inside the box. Bunch of styrofoam randomly stuffed in here. And hopefully this isn't killing our audio track, me doing this on the bench. So I'm just going to pull it right out and set it down here. And there's more styrofoam jammed in everywhere. So this was a eBay purchase, which I'm sure is quite obvious at this point. This is the petrol. I gotta look up the model number on this bag. I'm not really sure what the model number is on this guy. It's the 3-compartment one, which I'm planning to put record deck in one compartment. Obviously that's the 442 right there, and then have some room for extra GAC, wireless, all that kind of stuff. This kit came from a seller out in California who is a pro field recording guy. So there's all sorts of fun. He's used this pretty extensively professionally. There's some battery covers, there's some moleskin in there, and the auction he included a free set of the old classic standby 7506s with the extra fuzzy pads. So those weren't really factored into the price of the auction on my part, but yeah, it never hurts to have another set of cans. Used to have a set of these years ago, loaned them to somebody, never got them back. That's how it goes. So I'll just set those aside for the moment. That's the bag, and this is the 442 right here. This is a pretty neat bag. I'll show you the bag real quick first, just the basics. Basically, you would wear it on the front here. It's got nice pouches so you can get into the sides. The openings keep the rain out, let your hands get in. It's got some removable pockets here on the side for different wireless and stuff. Plenty of large pockets, pen holder, all that good stuff. If anybody doesn't know anything about field bags, field mixer bags, I can certainly, everything kind of opens and pulls apart. I can certainly go through this bag in a little more detail in another video if somebody's interested in that. So let's set that guy aside. And this is the 442. And I'm going to grab some batteries and move the camera one more time so we can get a little better look at this guy. Okay, so let's take a look here at the 442 field mixer from Sound Devices. Give you a pretty basic walkthrough, all the little all the main features here real quick. And then as I use it more, I'll go through it in the future as well. But this is the basic field mixer. You've got your master volume controls for channels 1 through 4 here. Each one of those channels, there's a lot of these little buttons, knobs on the front, I should say, that are they pop in and out. So once you're done adjusting them, you can get them out of the way. So that way, while you're actually mixing, you have control over just your main volumes here to your 2-track master, which also is a pop out. So once you set that, you could put it back in and not be worried about bumping things. So each channel, you get gain control, pops out. That's your input trim, head amp, gain control, whatever you want to call it. Your master volume, obviously, up here, if you can see that, is pan, left and right. Then you've got your high pass filter. Now these high pass filters do adjust, they are variables, so the further you go with them, it changes the nature of the slope. So you can get up, they top out, they start at 80 and top out at 240. So the slope is changing as you go through that range there, from a shallow up to a pretty steep curve. And then it just repeats. So that's gain for the next channel, high pass, gain, high pass, gain, high pass. Up on the top side, you've got your 4 pan controls. You've got a PFL for each channel, so when you're wearing the headphones, you can solo up channels pretty easily. On channel 2, you have a phase reverse there, and you also have a link down here, so you can link channels. And the phase reverse allows you to easily set up a mid-side scenario. If you need to do that, or if you need a phase reverse for really any reason, that's right there for you. I'm going to go ahead and power it up, and you'll see it kind of sweeps through. A little test here. That'll come up, the LEDs go, and then it'll settle back down here in a second. So that's a stereo. You got battery check. You can do all sorts of fun stuff with this guy. There's Slate microphone right here. You can see that metering. I don't know if you can see that in the video. Hey, Slate mic. There's tone for the output, so you can send tone to a camera. I think I'm running out of batteries here. This was the set that was included, so let me we'll just keep going. I don't need to have it powered on for all this stuff. We can go through that later. So I'll unplug the headphones right now. I went to get some fresh batteries, but there were already some in there, so I'm just going with it. So on the input side, pretty straightforward. 4 inputs, standard XLR. You have a switch on each one that goes between phantom, dynamic, and T-power for the older microphones. Pretty much going to be using phantom with anything I would do, or dynamic, obviously, if I'm doing wireless mics directly in here. They don't need any phantom. Then you've got a mic line switch for going between actual microphones, line level coming off of your wireless. And then you've got 4 direct outs on TA3 plugs, which I'm going to make some adapters for in the future. And that'll be a video. I'm going to wire up some TA3 to XLR output adapters. There's a master phantom power selector between 48 and the 12 volt supply. There's a link here for channels 1 and 2 on this side, so you can go again with your mid-side setups. And then there's a return A and B volume controls. You have a trim pot for return A and return B there. Okay, back to, this is the output side of the mixer here, and you've got your battery compartment. This guy is watertight. Oh, there it goes. Shoot. That's going to be nice and loud on the microphone. And the batteries come out like that. I need to fix the, go ahead and fix the retention strap there. Little ball chain fella. So we get that back on. And then on this side, you've got all manner of neat little features here. So your master outputs on XLR, those are isolated, so those are ISO outputs. Another set of ISO outs on TA3 here, left and right again, balanced, isolated. External power input here, and you can run this off of the adapter, plug it into a wall outlet, or run it off of a bigger battery through a power distribution in the bag, which a lot of guys do. We could talk about that a little later. Selectable mic and line level on your outputs here for interfacing with other gear. The camera outputs, really handy. This generally would be used in conjunction with a breakaway cable, and this breaks out your left-right outputs along with a return line from the camera's headphone output, and that's where you come in with the return A and B. Return A is on this multi-pin here, this connector that goes to your breakout to your camera. Return B can be from any number of different things depending on the situation, either on 1/8 inch or TA3. Tape output, which you can use for a camera hop or IFB or any number of things as well, is also available on TA3 or 1/8 inch. There's a mono output, similar. You can use it for anything you need to feed a mono, simple mono feed to, 1/8 inch. There's a mix input here that's on TA3. If you need to input background music or something, something auxiliary that you just need to get in there without eating up a mic channel. And then headphones available on 1/4 inch and 1/8 inch. So that's the output section, and that's pretty much it. These things are fairly bulletproof. Put some fresh batteries in this guy and go through it a little more, give it a full test, and see. The other thing that I didn't go over yet is the selection for your headphone bus. All sorts of cool features that you can do. You can have it all the way off, listen to just the left, just the right, a mono sum, stereo, actual left-right, return A, return B, A in one ear, B in the other, mid-side left, mid-side right, and then the mid-side stereo representation. So you really have a boatload of options when it comes to monitoring on this mixer out through the headphones while you're working. And that's why I think it's going to make a really good mixer for doing field recordings, for doing mobile music recordings. So that's the basic walkthrough of the 442. Just gone through all the features really quickly. I got to get going, like I said before, but that's essentially what I'm talking about. If you're not familiar with these, check them out on Sound Devices website. This is actually discontinued now, unfortunately. A lot of the stuff that people are going towards now has recording built in, like the 552 or the 6 series that are fairly new. This is going to serve a purpose for me really well, though, for a certain amount of stuff. It's not going to be what I use on every single field recording I do, but for a personal bag, nice reasonable eBay purchase. This is gonna serve well for years to come. They're super bulletproof, super rugged, really easy not to worry about it at this price point, and be able to get out and do some mobile recordings without dragging out. Like I said before, the 896 is the Pelican case is full of gear. If I can grab that petrol bag with a few mics, some fold-up stands, some cables, and everything running off battery power, and head out, I will be very pleased indeed. So that's it. Let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything about this that you don't understand, or anything that I said that doesn't make sense. I'd be happy to go back through it. As I use this more, I will definitely continue to go through it a little more in depth. I'm going to add it to the signal chain in the next couple of videos here so you can hear it. I'm sure it needs a good clean, just throwing on the headphones and mucking about with it there for a second. Some of the pots are a little dusty sounding, so we'll get in there and give it a clean in the coming days, and plug in some mics and run this mic through it so you can hear it and compare to the 896. Then try some condensers, some different stuff I got laying around, and you can decide for yourself what you think. I know YouTube audio isn't the most fantastic place to judge sound, so maybe I'll throw some stuff up on SoundCloud. I have a SoundCloud account that I can definitely link in. But yeah, we'll get through it and ask questions if you got them. Let me know what you think. If there's anything about this you want to see. I'm going to get that multi-pin cable ordered here the next day or two. I'm thinking about just making one myself because they are almost $300 to buy one. And it's a relatively simple, it's left and right balanced along with a return line. The only thing that's tough you have to wire this, the multi-pin on this end, and then also a disconnect on the camera end. So you're wiring 3 of these in total. So depending on the time, I've also got to make the TA3 to XLR adapters, which will be pretty easy. That's just basic wiring. But depending on time and how soon I might need that camera out, which is probably not very soon, I'll probably try to make that myself and save some bucks. So thanks for watching. Leave comments, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I'll try to answer any questions.